So everybody, welcome here. Nice to see so many people coming from all continents. America, India, Europe. Very nice. And I suppose you come for one reason? Enlightenment. Well, the good news is that you're already enlightened. So goodbye, thank you. No, it's not so easy maybe, but well, we have this quick fix, haven't we? We have found a quick fix. And that is what today we call it activation of your enlightenment. That's the temporary term. Activation of your enlightenment. Because enlightenment is already here. So if it's here, it should only be activated then. This is what we do with this beautiful tool. And you know it by now. I just look here, see if there is somebody who has not been here before. No. So we just sit comfortably and close our eyes. And we just follow these simple instructions. And for you who wants to have this activation of enlightenment, you should put on your video. Otherwise, I will not give it to you. So those of you who has not a video on, you should put it on now. Thank you. You just sit here, allowing the moment to be exactly as it is already. Everything is allowed to be as it is in this moment. Everything is welcomed here, but we don't have to welcome it. It's just here already. We don't push away anything which is in this moment. Everything is allowed to be as it is. And we are not interested in what is coming and going. We're not interested in anything particular. Even thoughts are allowed to be here. We don't push any thoughts away, but we are simply not interested in them. Then they will usually subside more and more to the background, but they are part of meditation. There's no problem with the thoughts as long as we're not interested in them. So we just sit here now, allowing the moment to be as it is, not interested in anything specific, and doing absolutely nothing. And then the activation will happen one by one. It will happen twice for everyone. Each individual will have 2 activations. Okay, we can take 1 or 2 minutes to come out of meditation. So, maybe we have beautiful experiences during this activation and this meditation. Maybe some beautiful insights to see who you really are, to see how you really are, away from the ego needs, away from the negative beliefs about ourselves and the world and others, and to see that there's actually a state of beauty and freedom and love and joy inside ourselves. This is actually what we are. We are being this. We are this beautiful love and bliss. But then we come out from this meditation and activation of enlightenment, and we face an ordinary reality again. And as we said before in many sessions nowadays, there's this tendency that this beautiful state is fading, maybe even vanishing. And we have to find out why. If you're already enlightened, and you are, not you, but enlightenment is here all the time. It's a permanent state, shining now. Maybe you have a glimpse of this during this meditation and activation. When then we come out, we start to believe all kinds of negative thoughts. We have gone through them before. Negative thoughts about ourselves. I'm not good enough. I'm not worthy of enlightenment. That's a good one. Or I will never get it. Or it can be negative thoughts about the future, but we don't know anything about, but we believe them because they're coming in our head. It can be negative thoughts about the present moment. This moment is obviously not complete. It has to be improved somehow. But one thing that we have not looked so much on, it is the idea, I have to. And it seems to be that some people think this is not an idea. I have to. I need to. I must. It's a fact. That's what I heard the other day. It's a fact. This is very interesting. Because if we see this, I have to, I need, I must. Otherwise, things will be disastrous. And I will not get what I want. I will be used by other people. If we think that this is a fact, it's not so easy to see that you're already living in oneness. Because I'm here and the world is there. I'm here and that thing needs to be fixed. I have to. I need to. I must. Which brings a separation. And if this belief is true, is really strong in us, it's not so easy to see that everything is one. It's actually the opposite. Everything is obviously dualistic, me and the world. So one of these ideas is I have to. And if it is seen as a fact, I have to, otherwise things will not be done. Obviously, not need to discuss it even. But what we need, what is good to see, is to see that this is actually a belief only. It's only a belief. I have to, I must, I need. It's only a thought. And it presupposes that there is someone here that needs to, have to, must. And we have been looking at this before. We don't have to go into detail again. And we haven't seen that one. We haven't seen this doer, thinker, decider, controller, experiencer when we look at it. And this idea, I have to, otherwise things will not be good, is one more example of how this separation is expressing itself. So one way to experiment with this and to see how much it is in your system, maybe from morning to evening. Most people have. I have to start already at the breakfast. One way to experiment with this is to see, okay, I see now that it's not a fact really, it's a belief, it's a thought. And all thoughts, which are statements, are true or false. So maybe it is not true that I have to, I need to, I must. And if we come to that place of openness, that maybe this is not true, then we can go one step further. For instance, now, as an experiment for you who wants to do it, how will this moment be felt? If I don't believe the thought that I have to, I will repeat it again. You will translate it to your own language, which is closer to you. You just let it sink in and wait. Just wait. Just an experiment. How will this moment be felt if I don't believe the thought that I have to? Let it sink in and just wait. And maybe you will see that this is not so bad, this moment. It's actually maybe better. I feel better. I feel more relaxed. It's more joy. I don't believe this thought that I have to, which is a big pressure on us, big burden on our shoulders. I must. I need to. It's hunting us the whole days, most of us. But when we see that it's an alternative way of experiencing life, when we don't believe the thought, we're not replacing the thought with another thought, as you notice. We're not thinking, we're not debating with the thinking mind. We will never win that battle. We are going somewhere else. We are going to the present moment, to here, to now, and ask ourselves, so how would this moment be felt if I don't believe the thought that I have to, but I need, I must? And if you feel that this moment is actually better than when I believe that I have to, we will be more open for living in this place instead. This place of relaxation, this place of letting go of all the pressure, this place of joy and quietness and curiousness maybe. Because if we don't believe that I have to, something else starts to happen. We are coming to reality. This is what is happening. Because the belief in the thought I have to, is illusion. It's not true. It's just the belief that have been planted in us since we're children. There's no truth in it at all. And when we make the experiment in this way, go to the experience level, not live in the thinking, how would this moment be felt if I don't believe that I have to? Be coming back to reality. This is how it is. Life is suddenly quite nice, usually. I can't ask you everybody now, but this is just referring to what people usually experience when they use this little tool. To be open and to question the belief that I have to, I must, I need. And you see how life is without it. Actually, you're coming back to reality. Welcome back. But then, of course, when we go out there in daily activity, it may come again. Doesn't go away so easily. Maybe it is forever gone now. Maybe it will come back. But then we can use the tool again. When we notice, of course, we have to be aware here. We cannot be aware all the time. That's a full-time job. We're not saying that. But when we become aware that now I have this idea again, this feeling I have to, I must, I feel stressed. I feel stressed, so much to do, and I have to, otherwise it will not be done. When this is becoming quite strong in you, then you can use this tool in the moment, because it's about discovering that you are living in illusion in the moment. But reality is always available in the moment. So then you can use the tool. Okay, now we see now again the feeling, idea, I have to, I must, I need. So how would it be felt then in this moment? If I don't believe that I have to. Just let it sink in and wait. Maybe you can't do it in the midst of the turmoil, in the midst of a storm. But maybe you can do it when you see the tendency of this arising. Or you can do it a little bit afterwards. Even if it seems to be too late, seemingly too late, but it's not too late. Because every time you're using this little tool, how would this moment be felt if I don't believe that I have to, I need, I must? You're taking away a little charge of this thought. And by the time the charge is gone, and you see what is here all the time, your enlightened state, or peace, harmony, joy, and love, permanently. That is what you really are already. You just take away the obstacle for seeing this. By question, in this case, the thought, I have to, I must, I need. Many people go around and have these ideas. We don't think about it. It's more of a feeling. I get stressed, but as I have to, otherwise it will not be done. It's a very beautiful tool. You can use it how much as you want. But to avoid it becoming mechanical, to avoid becoming information, to avoid becoming a mind game, we take one deep breath first. So we can do it once more time before we close here. In this part, take one deep breath. Translate into your own language. How would this moment be felt if I don't believe that I have to? Just let it sink in and wait. Now we open for questions or for comments or for sharing. If something happened during the activation or meditation that you want to share, or something else you want to share, whatever. So some practical information here, because people have given so good feedback on this activation of your enlightenment that we have decided to open up more days for this. So we will have the other 3 days we don't have any meetings. We have now 4, as you know, per week. We take the other 3 as well. So it will be every day. But these 3 other days will not be any talking on a subject. There will not be any questions and answers. Just activation of your enlightenment tool. Activation and meditation. So it takes half an hour or something. Stephen says, thank you. Yes. To use this opportunity to use that beautiful tool that we have had come here somehow. And the time will be 7 o'clock on these 3 other days. I will announce it also. 7 o'clock Central European time. That will be 8 o'clock for Lithuania, for Ukraine, and for Russia and Greece. And that will be 1 hour before then in Ireland and England. So 7 o'clock Central European time. I think the Americans can join too, depending on where you live. Well, the Indians, it can be a little late for them maybe, but you have the other 3 days in the week. So this is to have more opportunities for people around the world to be able to have this more than once per week. Thank you for the feedback here. Very good. And we will start with it. When should we start? Maybe it's too early to start tomorrow, but I can start maybe on Friday then. So we will announce it tomorrow, and we will have this from Friday, just focusing on the activation and the meditation, half an hour. No talk and no answer in any questions. Any comment on this beyond this, beside this which has done already having here? Or any other questions that you have? Yeah, the 7 Central European time. It means actually 3.5 hours to India, so it's quite late for them. Sorry, Yash. But if you want to come just for half an hour, 10:30 p.m., maybe it's not okay. Maybe it's okay. Yeah, sure, she says. Okay, good. I don't know, Jin, where you are living, but I hope you can join these sessions. And then before we close, we have another announcement to make, that we are planning to make a retreat in Turkey in the summer. Oh, Jenny's in UK, okay. So around middle of August, we're just announcing it here. If there are people interested to come to Turkey to be in a nice place, swimming in the ocean, and at the same time get enlightened. If you're not enlightened before then, I hope you are. So I'm just wondering, you can just know it, that we are planning to have a retreat 10 days around mid-August, somewhere in Turkey. But it's good to know if people are interested in this. You don't have to book or reserve or something. It's just to have a little in, if there are people interested in doing this in this group. So if you are interested in it already and you know what, maybe, you have to say maybe it's okay. Maybe it's interesting to come and we see each other there. You can give me a note, or to Lena, or to Tanya, or to Anastasia, the assistants working with us here. Or to Jolanta. Any questions, any comments before we close? Okay, thank you very much for today. And hopefully I will see you on Friday then, probably. Thank you very much.